Here we are, Cars for Heroes on a Military Monday. My name is Travis Marvin. I'm your host, and I'm a country musician. I sing country music. I have for 15 years now.
We started about 10 years ago.
Yeah.
You were doing a concert and asked if we'd give a car away at it.
Terry, you being the president, let's talk a little bit about what Cars for Heroes is about.
Cars for Heroes is a not-for-profit that supplies basic transportation. We give that to veterans, active duty military, first responders, police, firefighters, EMTs, and or their families that are unable to obtain it on their own. We've given thousands of cars away in 28 years.
Wow.
Brian joined me many years ago. I needed a tow guy, and he started towing. Then he started working on it.
I'm excited to do it. I love doing it.
Cool, very cool. Well, let's do this. Let's jump into the
We were at a VFW in Omaha. He didn't know she was going to get a car. She thought she was coming in for an interview.
Yeah, Ava, I believe it's Ava. Yeah.
Ava.
So let's jump into this video real quick.
We have Eva over here with her young daughter. She's got two daughters, and her mother had sent in an application that she's struggling a little bit trying to get to her job and feed her family. We asked her to come down here today because, Eva, we're going to give you a car. No, we're not kidding.
Now you wonder why I do this?
Right?
Pretty self-explanatory when you watch the
Gets me
reaction.
every
you
time.
get from the
Dry in
people.
a room, right? We're not only doing the cars necessarily for just the veteran, it's for the family sometimes, too, a lot of the time.
Yes.
Well, and I remember one gal looking, and she looked at her daughter, who was maybe 10, and she said, well, now, Sophia, when we go to the store, we can buy what we want instead of what we can carry.
Right.
It's always very emotional, and the reaction is always great. In Ava's case, we gave her a minivan. She had a bunch of kids, and she was pretty excited. And, of course, all the veterans in the room were pretty excited that we helped her out, too.
Yeah. Imagine, too, being that she had kids that looked like they probably had to have
Child safety seats.
right, child safety seats.
Yeah, we've got to hook up with those. That,
We can do that
the
state, right?
Kansas and Missouri Safety Council here in our location, they donate all the child safety seats. The Highway Patrol comes out and installs them, and they've done that for 15 years.
It's funny. Last year, you at Christmas, I was trying to handle a lot of the things because you were going through your problems that you had, your health problems, and I'd forgot to reach out to the Missouri and Kansas safety to get those seats set up, and they reached out to me and said, "Hey, we haven't heard from you. Are you doing this Christmas?"
Yeah.
So we didn't even have to ask. They came to us.
The way this all started was kind of an interesting story, but Kathy Zantz was the head of the Safety Council. And the very first year we did this, it had to be 15 years ago, we did it at a place, and she brought her kids down, and her kids were probably, I'd say 12, 13, something like that. And one of the families was a family of about 8. They were down and out pretty hard. They were struggling to get by. We gave them a vehicle, and Kathy's youngest boy walked over and took his gloves off and handed it to one of the other kids. And I turned around and looked at Kathy, and tears were in her eyes. She says, I didn't know it affected my son like that.
Yeah.
I think she was just bringing him down to say, hey, we're going to help some people.
Right.
But when she did that, she locked herself in with me for the 15 years later. She's still out there making sure we got safety seats for all the kids.
Yeah, that's really cool. And do you remember the group that up in Omaha with Eva?
Yeah.
What was the group that was in?
Mike McKeever has a company called Road Warriors, and they helped us up there. They're out of Omaha, and they helped us transport the van over to them.
Yeah.
And they're always there to help. So
Well, the reason we do it with Mike McKeever, and we still do to this day, is the year of Katrina. I needed to get a transport truck of cars down to the people in Katrina. I called Mike McKeever. I didn't know him, and said, hey, could you help us out? And he did. And Mike's been with us ever since. He didn't know us very well, but he represented down there with the mayor of Houma. And, of course, they were very appreciative. It was, our whole town was devastated with the hurricane that came through. So
Right.
he was always been a big help.
And by the way, you guys, make sure you share this for us and go out to your social medias, outlets, Spotify, wherever. Look for Cars, the number 4 Heroes is where you can find us at. Make sure you guys share that as much as you can with everybody you know so we can get this organization known for what we do.
Right.
So if a person was out there right now just watching this going, man, I've got a 1978. How do I donate this?
They can go to Cars, the number 4 Heroes.org. No matter what you got to donate, cars, boats, trucks, motorcycles, RVs, you'll take them.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Go to trade in your car, and one of these car dealers wants to give you nothing for it.
Right.
Think about us, and instead of letting that car dealer have your car for nothing, let us know, and we'll come out and pick it up. We'll meet you at the car dealership if we need to.
We look at it at what it does for the people that get the car.
It's a mental pickup, along with just to help them at least understand that we as an organization and the people out there that help with this organization appreciate who they are and what they've done. Big shout out to all the veterans of the United States of America.
Absolutely.
Thank you all for your service. Thank you guys for what you do, you girls too. Well, I think we're out of time here, but want to say thank you so much for joining us here on Military Monday with Cars for Heroes. I'm your host, Travis Marvin, Mr. Terry Franz, Mr. Brian Christensen. But thank you all again. Can't wait to see you soon. And don't forget, check us out at Cars4Heroes, the number 4, that is. See you soon.
Yeah, that's the way we roll.